Hello and welcome to Running in High Heels podcast, a platform not heel for women. I'm your host, Megan Lee Podziedlik, and today we're going to be talking about the mission of running in high heels and then go into today's topic, which is you find what you're looking for, idealism, realism, and a humble heart. Let's start off with the purpose of this podcast and publication. Navigating life as a modern woman is like bushwhacking your way through the jungle. And when I say jungle, I mean like one of those jungles from Hunger Games. Random, mysterious fog that creeps in, tigers with venomous fangs, and occasionally maybe they drop in a cute monkey just to keep you guessing. I'm being facetious, but when living in a world where we are overwhelmed with a barrage of information coming at us from all angles, it is difficult to find your footing. It is the mission of Running in High Heels to help women gain a better understanding of themselves so that they can continue contributing to the world around them confidently and, dare I say, even with that smile on their face that everyone is so concerned about. I kid, but it's easier to make light of the more frivolous things in life when we have a solid perspective. And all that starts with you as an individual. It's a responsibility, it's a burden, but it sets you free and empowers you to tackle any venomous tiger or mysterious fog that rolls in to knock you off your game. Wisdom is measured in recovery time, and the quicker that you can bounce back from life's endless hurdles without holding on to resentment, the more fulfilled and vibrant you will become. Living a beautiful life is about getting down and dirty by bravely facing adversity with grace and overcoming your biggest fears. At Running in High Heels, we're going to be releasing different podcasts, articles, and exercises that are aimed at helping you on your quest to gain perspective so that you can go out there and live that beautiful life while running in high heels. All right, let's get into today's topic. You find what you're looking for. Idealism, realism, and a humble heart. Idealism. Oh, the burden of wishful thinking. Or as Google defines it, the practice of forming or pursuing ideals, especially unrealistically. Idealism starts when you catch yourself looking for something that you cannot find. It's an internal dissonance caused by a dissatisfaction with reality that you just can't seem to shake. It makes you use hashtags like FOMO, and it only ends when you found it, or you trick yourself into thinking that you found it. Of course, one of those is reality and the other one is delusional, and believe me, we can all feel the difference. Sometimes idealism gets a really bad rap, and I think that there's actually a more accurate picture of the desire that most people have towards chasing ideals. And it's this beautiful balance between idealism and realism. I imagine this little world is a place where rainbows actually rain Skittles and pizza doesn't give me acid reflux. But let's talk about this wonderful place and why the road that you take to try and get there matters. They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Now, not all lemons are the same, and if life throws you bananas and kiwi, it's my personal opinion that I would rather make a smoothie. The metaphor is the same, but what does it really mean? That saying seems to make everything way too simple. What if your life throws you crappy lemons? This sounds really unfair, and it is. The reality is that you don't get to choose your lemons, where you're born, the world you live in, your health, your family, your talents, but you can choose to make lemonade. This is why what you're looking for matters, because you will find it. Let's take a stroll down road number 1. On this road, it is dark. You are alone and kicking your lemons down the street. You're looking for something that you cannot find. You imagine it in your mind. It looks like this. I want peace. I want prosperity. I want genuine joy in my life. And you're probably thinking, I don't just want these things for me. I want these things for everybody. But where are they? How do we find them? Your mind starts coming up with solutions to these problems. If I just get this house, I will be happy. If I just get that job, I will find prosperity. If we all just do this, there will be world peace. On this path, you catch yourself saying things like, I will change my lemons. I will just right all the wrongs, and that will lead to the promised land of rainbow Skittles. We all know how this story ends. You end up frustrated. No matter what your external life looks like, you find yourself still in the dark, and you feel bitter, cold, alone, and even more lost. On this road, you are endlessly searching for an idealistic solution to your internal dissonance. Okay, let's take a walk down road number 2. This path looks the same. It is dark. You are alone and you hold the same ideals. You long for joy, peace, prosperity. On this road, you're given the same lemons. You might think, man, my lemons are really crappy, or perhaps you feel guilty for having better lemons than other people. Despite this, at some point, you decide to pick up your lemons and take inventory. You continue down this dark path with a basket full of lemons, and you go about the business of making lemonade, all while keeping your ideals in your mind. At some point on this path, you get frustrated. Your lemonade tastes like crap, you overdrew your bank account, and now the bank is tacking on an overdraft fee and is putting you even more in the hole. But on this path, you also experience a random moment of peace. You reach a goal that empowers you. You see the fruits of your labor and you catch yourself actually enjoying the work that you've set about doing. What is this? Where did this come from? My lemonade isn't even really that great, and heck, I don't even really like lemonade. It is at this moment that you are confronted with another decision. In that moment, despite the reality of less than perfect lemonade, you can choose to acknowledge that some of your ideals were actually being fulfilled. If you make that decision, in that moment, you stopped looking for an external solution to your internal dissonance. Suddenly, you have a super secret ingredient that brings all the boys to the yard, because when you make that decision, something even more wonderful happens. As you continue on, you start to recognize more moments of peace, every little spark of joy, and suddenly you're abundant. Your lemonade pitcher is overflowing and you start to just give it away. Now you've entered a magical realm where you can pour your positivity into others who are also navigating through their own darkness. You embraced reality, held on to your ideals, and by default, you are giving a glimmer of hope to the world around you. In this magical realm, your ideals are not just idealistic. This moment is real because you chose to recognize that living your ideals is an internal choice. It didn't matter what lemons you had, and it relies on no external reward. The byproduct of this internal fulfillment is a radiance that saturates the world around you. And guess what? It doesn't matter what house you live in, and it doesn't matter if the economy is crashing. Oh yes, this sounds like your own little personal internal utopia. And I'm making it all sound so simple, but it's not. Believe me, I cried my way through my 20s. The path is not straight. Life throws more lemons at you, one smacks you in the face, knocks you over, and then you spill your entire pitcher of lemonade, and now you have to start over. The darkness is terrifying, and all you want to do is go back to looking for your flashlight. But there are no shortcuts when navigating through the dark, because life gave you lemons, not a flashlight. The light has to shine from within. It all starts with a humble heart, picking up your lemons, and allowing yourself to begin where you are. And for better or for worse, you find what you're looking for. No lemons were harmed in the making of today's episode. We hope that you enjoyed the topic. This podcast is about gaining perspective and organizing your thoughts. If you want to hear more podcasts, please subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Running in High Heels Podcast, where we will be sharing articles and exercises to help you live your most beautiful life while running in high heels.